Yo, what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clockmaster. Right now I'm going to be reviewing the brand new single that was released by one of my personal favorite bands of all time, Coldplay. So if you're watching this video and you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave your comments down below, man. This is my third official music review, technically, on this channel. So I just really wanted to talk about this song, and the reason I wanted to talk about it is because it's something that I've been waiting for from Coldplay for a very long time. So just as a background before I get into this video really quickly, for those of you guys who are new to the channel, you don't know, or not too, you're not familiar with me or anything like that, I'm a musician. I've been playing music for about 15 years, currently working professional. I do session drumming as well. I play for different groups, different artists and stuff like that. So I know a little thing or two about music. So and I've always wanted to share my thoughts about music, review albums. I listen to a lot of wide array of music from I'm still trying to find a heart for country, but everything from classical music to 80s rock, 80s pop, trap, modern hip-hop, old school hip-hop, R&B, jazz, grunge, progressive rock, progressive metal, all sorts of style, indie rock, indie folk, you name it. I listen to a lot of music from a lot of areas. So I've always wanted to share my passion and my love for music in a way, and I think, because I normally do movie reviews on this channel, so I thought it was a great thing for me to start doing music reviews every now and again when something pretty interesting drops. For those of you guys who don't know who Coldplay is one of the biggest names in alternative rock music to this date. They have such a large following, including myself, hundreds of millions of fans. They have such a large following. They're a British band. And it's four consistent members. Chris Martin is the lead singer, slash pianist, slash guitar player. He's done a lot of collabs recently with a lot of artists like Beyonce. In the past, he's done collabs with Jay-Z, other mainstream pop artists, and try to get his name out in the other different musical circles and musical genres. So he's been with a lot of other people. So they're a really, really big group. So one of my personal favorite albums from Coldplay is A Rush of Blood to the Head, and there's a reason I'm bringing that up, because this recent song that dropped, All That I Think About Is You, kind of touches back to that old school Coldplay that I know. And the reason why I say touches back is because the last album, I think, is A Head Full of Dreams, because I rarely listen to it. I've listened to it enough for me to not think of it as my personal favorite album from them. There's a couple of songs on that album that I really do enjoy. There was a lot of things going on that album. There was a lot of mainstream pop. They had a really good song called Adventure of a Lifetime. It was really popular. It was millions of views. People who didn't even like Coldplay was listening to that song. Had a really nice funk groove to it. It was really, really catchy. I really do enjoy that song. It was different from Coldplay, very modern, very mainstream, but it was not the Coldplay I grew up with. And now, for me personally, I got my introduction to Coldplay when I was really young. Madagascar, actually, when Clocks was playing in Madagascar, is when I first heard of Coldplay. And I was around that time when they started dropping some of their older albums. So I literally grew up with the band from since I was around 10 years old. So I literally grew up with the band, and that version of alternative, that kind of, like I said, got me introduced to the alternative rock scene, and I really enjoyed Chris Martin's. I still do enjoy his vocals. It's very unique. It's different. It's distinct. And the way how they just make music. And the stories they tell behind it. It really resonated with me personally as a person and a musician. I just loved their songs. So for A Head Full of Dreams, it was like, this pop thing going on. This really pop vibe going on. There's a couple of songs that, like I said, I didn't like. And before that album was Ghost Stories. Now, Ghost Stories, one or two songs I liked. I really enjoyed Atlas. I enjoyed, but Atlas was really made, I think it was made for Catching Fire, the movie Catching Fire. I know some deluxe versions have Atlas featured on the album. Magic is a really good song too. I like it. It was very pop. It was different. It wasn't traditional old school Coldplay that I grew up with, but it was different. It was fun. It was a good song. And keep in mind, that album was written around the time that he had his divorce with his wife, Gwyneth Paltrow. You guys, and a lot of you guys know her from the Iron Man movie. She played Pepper Potts. That's his ex-wife. So it was written around that time. So a lot of the lyrics are very gloomy. Some of his lyrics are pretty gloomy. but it was a very sad experience for me, because like when he made Parachutes, and there's that album was one of the greatest Coldplay albums of all time, Parachutes. The song, he made that song, he made a song for his wife, and he proposed to her with one of those songs. It was you know, it's sad to see that he got married to her through one, you know, around the same time he made that album, and then the divorce. So it was kind of sad. So a lot of the albums, the whole tone was pretty dull. And then before that album, they had Milo Gelato. I'm not a big fan of Milo Gelato. Different. I liked very few songs on there. A couple of songs. Again, it's not like I liked every song. That's the thing, and that's the thing with Coldplay. Like, all their recent songs, or all their recent albums, I didn't really like it that much, because it wasn't the Coldplay I knew. I respected them, I respected the group, and I said this in my last review with Chan, that every musician, especially they have such a large, they've been playing for so many years, they don't need to really prove their worth in the music industry to me and to a lot of other people, because they've already done that. So they can do whatever they want. They can literally experiment for as long as they want, and they're entitled to doing so. But I think after the last 3 albums, I was like, I think they really need to go back to their roots if they want to keep some of their fans, because I'm always going to be there. I'm a true Coldplay fan, so I'll listen to whatever they put out. But there's some people who are just like, you know what, man, I'm out. I don't want to do that because he's doing something new. I don't like that. And I you know, like I said, as a musician, I understand why the need to evolve, or well, I wouldn't say evolve, but to try out new things. I get it. Like I genuinely get it. But the last 3 albums didn't really do it for me. Now, what I love about this song, All I Think About Is You, as soon as I heard it, I was like, when I got the notification from Coldplay on YouTube, I was like, yo, please be good. Please be the Coldplay that I know. At least give me some remembrance of the band I fell in love with. And then the beginning starts, and it has this nice, you know, groove on the drums and the bass going on for like about a minute or so. Chris Martin comes in with the low vocals, and it builds up, and then at the 2-minute and I think 30-second mark of the song, that's when it happens. That's when the magic happens. We get, you know, and we get to experience this thing that we've always loved about Coldplay songs, the change in dynamic between just explore. If I feel like whenever I listen to a lot of their older music, like I'm just on this mind journey to some other planet, or to some dimension, or to some new place. I feel like I'm traveling the entire universe when I listen to, like, their music takes me places. That's what I really like about it. And this song gave me that feeling. I closed my eyes as I was listening to it, and I was like, yes, Coldplay is back. Coldplay is back, and they're here, and they're touching some of their roots, and I really enjoyed that song. The lyrics are very simple. It's such a simple song. Very simple song. Nothing too crazy with the lyrics or anything like that. The groove is pretty simple as well. The notes are pretty simple. Pretty simple song, guys. But it was... the thing about it, it brought back a lot of memories for me personally, being a Coldplay fan and loving their older music. I really enjoyed hearing that again, and it gets me excited for whatever project they have next. Because recently too, they did a song with what's the name? Was it Capital Cities, or I forgot. Not Capital Cities, man. I keep forgetting the name of that group. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Okay, I looked it up. Chainsmokers. It reminded me of the song they did with, that song they did with Chainsmokers. I didn't like that, personally, because I'm like, Coldplay, you're better than this, in my opinion. Musically, you're better than this. I respect Chainsmokers and their success, but I don't really respect them as musicians. As people, I respect them as people, but as musicians, I don't respect their musicality at all. I'm not trying to spread any hate. It's just a personal thing, and no means to offend any Chainsmokers fans. I don't want to offend you if you do like Chainsmokers. I don't mean to offend you. This is my personal opinion. But that song, it's the same 3 chords over and over again. Dun 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 dun. I can't listen to that. That's not Coldplay. I did understand that it was a collab though, so I understood that. I took that into effect. It's okay, it's a collab. They're doing a collab thingy. And the good thing about those types of stuff is that when you go out to other artists that don't do something similar to what you do, it kind of helps spread your name out. So it's good in a sense for business sense. From a business perspective, it's a good move. But as a fan, I can understand a lot of fans might be, a little upset with it. True fans, like I said, will like anything they post. Like me, I would, I'm okay. I'm always there. I mean, I like everything, but I'm always there to support them. But back to all that I think about is, now, when I heard that, I was like, yes, I had a breath of fresh air. I had a breath of fresh air because I was like, yes, finally. It's like they're going back to their roots. So when I first heard it, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Radiohead's recent album, a recent song that they released, I think last year, Burn the Witch. It kind of reminded me a little bit about Burn the Witch. It's two different grooves, two different rhythmic patterns, everything going on. It's a little bit different, but it gave me, it's a little bit different, but it's very similar in a little bit of a way. Kind of reminded me of a mix between Radiohead and U2. Kind of had a little vibe to it. And a matter of fact, and I'm not surprised if it's U2 because Coldplay is actually really, it's widely inspired by U2 and Bono. So he even said so years ago they've been inspired by Bono and U2 for the longest time. So I'm not surprised that it would, that it would sound a little bit like it. But I'm just overall very happy with this track. It was, like I said, very simple, but the way that it was done, the way it was executed, and then giving us back that feeling. And also, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Atlas, the song they made for Catching Fire. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Atlas and a little bit of Clocks in there. So it had like Atlas, Clocks, Radiohead, U2, all mixed up in one, and it was great. Such a great song. I would rate this song like a 9.5 out of 10. Not the best song I've heard from Coldplay, definitely not the best song, but definitely got me happy as to the direction that they're going in, because I'm like, yes, we are here. A Head Full of Dreams, okay, it did well commercially, business-wise, it did well. It sold. It had collabs with Beyonce, him for The Missing. It was a song was playing all over the radio. It was great. It did what it had to do to get the money. But as far as making the music, I think we're heading back to where we were with Coldplay years ago. So I'm loving everything that I'm hearing so far for that track. Really just love his vocals, the way the music was written. Everything, all those jumbles of different styles and artists influence just coming into one track to really give us what we got from All That I Think About Is You. And the message is very simple. All that I think about is you. I don't know who he's talking about. I don't know if he's talking about his ex-wife. I don't know if he's talking about his kids. I don't know if he's talking about a new lover. I don't know, but hey. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little review to All That I Think About Is You. I've been listening to it for a couple of days. It came out a couple of days ago, so I've been listening to it over and over again to really try to dissect it and to listen to some of the parts and little things in it to try to really familiarize myself with the song. So if you guys really enjoyed my review, it would really mean a lot to me if you liked, hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. I may be doing, even though I don't really focus too much on music reviews, I definitely am thinking about doing them a lot more in the future. So if you guys enjoy that kind of stuff, man, please make sure to subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Hit the like button. Follow my social media links in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Thank you. Clockmaster out.